Hi folks, welcome back to Rule of Thumb. Today we're going to do another cookbook corner. So, this is technically part of the 30 Days of Thanksgiving, although I am going to use this to get a jump start on the next holiday for us, which is Hanukkah. So for those of you who don't know, my husband and myself are Jewish. My husband is actually a rabbi. We do try to cook some more traditional dishes at holidays, and also try and experiment a little bit at the holidays and do some fun new stuff. So today I thought I would bring you a book that I am going to be using heavily over the Hanukkah holiday and trying some new dishes out of here. So this is the book we're going to talk about today. It is Zahav, and this is written by Michael Solomonov. I'm terrible at pronouncing names, so that's probably completely wrong, but it's Solomonov. So it's close as I could get. And also co-written by Stephen Cook. So it's Zahav, A World of Israeli Cooking. So the first thing I'm going to tell you about this book is it is gorgeous. The pictures in here, the photography in here is stunning. I mean, really stunning. So I will insert some pictures, although my pictures, are never going to do justice to what you're going to see in this book. So that's the first thing I want to tell you. Secondly, this is a substantial book. It is 350-ish pages here. Yeah, 354 pages. And they are just truly really beautiful recipes. Some really interesting takes on things. There's going to be a little bit more effort in researching ingredients and stuff like that for some of these dishes. Not all, but some. And I don't think there's anything that is unattainable. It's just not necessarily always going to be readily available in your pantry. So this is for the adventurous. This is for the people that want to take a step out there and try some new things and be adventuresome, explore it. I just happened to, because I turned to the back of the book to find out how many pages of recipes there were, and the last recipe in the book is Turkish coffee ice cream. Now, I don't know if any of y'all have ever had coffee ice cream. I love it because I love coffee. I really love coffee, and I'm not necessarily a huge ice cream person, but coffee and ice cream together, And this is heavy cream milk Turkish coffee, which is, just a stronger, kind of a stronger brewed coffee. So but they're just looking for ground Turkish coffee. So I would say you could use an espresso there. Cardamom pods, that's going to be your tricky ingredient. Not impossible to get, just not necessarily readily available at every store. Egg yolks and sugar. So that's what I'm saying. There's going to be some recipes where you're going to have to get a little bit, outside of your comfort zone and get some different ingredients, and then the rest of it's going to be your everyday stuff. Alright, so let's go back to the beginning of the book here. And so there's a beautiful introduction in here where it talks about how he came to write this book, who he is as a person, kind of a little bit of his life story. I have read this and actually reread it a couple of times, and it's just really beautifully written. It's a wonderful story, and I love a book that starts with a story. I love to kind of know where the author was coming from, what inspired them, because that helps me feel inspired, and it helps me draw on my own inspiration. So I love that. Then it goes into a little guide on pronunciation, which, maybe I should have spent more time on that page. And then it just starts out. It starts out with the basics. He teaches you about tahina, which is a very Israeli ingredient. You would think of that here. What you hear here is tahini, which is sesame, ground sesame. So he talks about that, and kind of how that is kind of his, one of his base ingredients. And a good tahini is a good thing to have on hand, I will tell you. I use it quite frequently. It is one of the major ingredients in hummus, so if you are a hummus lover or a hummus maker, you have tahini. Um, so that's where it starts out, with tahini, or tahina as he calls it, hummus. Gives you a recipe for hummus, and a couple different ways to use that. And then we go into okay, so like here's a good example. He teaches you how to make the harissa, which is North African red pepper sauce. You can see that in a lot of grocery stores now. They sell it jarred in a lot of grocery stores. He shows you how to make it here. And then he shows you how to pair it. So he did, basic fried potatoes. Although he brined his in pickle juice. Yeah, brined potatoes and then frying them. Yeah, that's going to be on the list for Hanukkah. And then what he did is he took the his basic tahini sauce and topped it with the harissa, so that it made like a spicy dip for the potatoes. I mean, that kind of stuff, right up my alley. He talks about some different ingredients. Now, these are some ones that, this is stuff where you might have to do some research to find out where to get it. Date molasses, carob molasses. He talks about halva in here, which is a Jewish confection, and it's made from raw tahina and sugar, and I guess really technically it's an Israeli confection, or a Middle Eastern confection, because depending on who you talk to, they're going to tell you it's from different places. Alright, and then the next section talks about vegetables, and he gives you, again, in each section, kind of a introduction to that section, and what, prompted the recipes and how he got his inspiration from that section. So, this section starts out with Israeli pickles, Israeli salad, which is something you will see pretty commonly in Middle Eastern restaurants, or sometimes on salad bars in grocery stores and stuff like that. They'll have this. And it is tomatoes, cucumbers, parsley, olive oil, lemon juice, and kosher salt. And it is a really, really popular kind of salad slash condiment in the Middle East. What else we got in here? I mean, the photography in here is just stunning. Tabbouleh, which is bulgur, which is a bulgur wheat, or you could use couscous, parsley, tomato, red onion, lemon juice, olive oil, kosher salt. Simple, folks. Simple ingredients. Simple, flavorful. So he starts out with those kind of really basic recipes, and then, he gives you options to build on it. So he's got a kale, apple, walnut, and sumac onion tabbouleh. Sumac. So we've talked about spices here on this channel, and spreading your wings when it comes to spices. Sumac is a spread your wings kind of spice. So it's a cluster of red seeded berries that you see on feathery bushes that line the highways in Israel. The berries were ground and used to add sour flavors to food in the Middle East before the Moors introduced lemons. The Pennsylvania Dutch still make pink lemonade with our staghorn sumac, which is related to the Middle Eastern varieties. It loves to use ground sumac to add flavor, to add a sprinkle of tartness to dishes without using acid or liquid. So there you go. It gives you the flavor profile. It's going to give you a tart kind of back note. So, if you're ever like, why would I use sumac? What is sumac? How would it affect my dish? There it is. He gives you the explanation. And he talks about, how to make these simple sumac onions, where he thinly slices a red onion, mixes it with red wine vinegar, the ground sumac, and kosher salt. So he's making kind of a version of a pickled onion, but that has kind of a even more sour kind of note to it. So I don't know, just fun stuff like that. Moroccan carrots, which is carrots, clove, olive oil, orange juice, lemon juice, cilantro, mint, pepper, Aleppo pepper, which is pretty easy to find, but you can use like a crushed red pepper, and ground cumin. Again, very easy, very simple. Twice cooked eggplant, it's right up my husband's alley. Charred eggplant salad. Potato salad with pickled peppers. I mean, we've all made potato salad at one point in our life, right? I mean, the vast majority of us at least. Here's just a really different take on it. Something completely out of the box. Why not, right? So, let's see. I'm going to kind of get through the rest of this here without keeping you folks here forever. Fried potatoes and okra. Watermelon and feta salad. Stuffed grape leaves. We've already talked about my affinity for wanting to make those. This is another shot at those. Fried cauliflower. There's just so much good stuff in here. It's a lot of. Then we get into meat. There's some lamb dishes in here. Where do we go next? Then it goes into some, matzo balls, which any good Jewish cook knows how to make a matzo ball. It's, it's 101. You got to learn your matzo ball. And he shows a recipe for Yemenite chicken soup. Which, again, kind of goes hand in hand. If you are a Jewish cook, you need to know how to make chicken soup, because that's what you put your matzo balls in. So they're they are necessities. Yemenite beef soup. It talks about fenugreek. There's another spice that a lot of people are not going to be familiar with. Its notes of celery and sweetness bring to mind carrots, onions, and garlic. It gives a backbone to other flavors in a dish. You'll often find this spice listed on the labels of powdered soup mixes because it amplifies meaty flavors, particularly chicken. So it's another, opening your world to another spice. Let's see here. Some more chicken soup, pink lentil soup. Let's get into desserts here. Borekas, which are kind of a. Let me see if there's a description here. Barakas are made with a laminated dough similar to a puff pastry, so it's got lots of layers in it, and then filled with various fillings. So you could do sweet or savory. They've got mushroom one in here, a potato and kale one stuffed with feta. Um, it gives you the base recipe for challah in here, another Jewish cook staple. Got to know how to make challah. Even if you don't know how to make bread, you got to know how to make challah. And really, if you can learn it, it is a good skill to have and transfers over into other bread making. Cucumber yogurt dip. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I could sit here and go through this whole thing, be here all day. This is, just a really um, interesting book in the sense that it is an opportunity, like I said, for you to branch out, try different things. If you are Jewish and you're watching this, this is a chance for you to expand on what you may already know. If you are not Jewish and you just want to learn another culture of food, or you just want to be adventurous and try different things, here's your opportunity. This book is available on Amazon. I will put the link down below. And I hope you folks enjoyed this video. If you did, please come back and see us soon. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification if you want to know when the next video is coming out. And as always, I hope you had a great day.